Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, this blue fj62 is slowly getting pushed to the curb in the back of the Land Cruiser lot here. So we're gonna do something about that. I've spent the last couple weeks trying to get her back on the road, or little projects here and there, but unfortunately it's just been too dang cold, and I finally have a break in the weather to actually make something happen on it this week. So we're gonna put a whole interior in it, clean her all out, as well as hopefully get her running and driving. I gotta drop the whole tank, and who knows what that entails. So follow me along for that whole adventure, and we'll see you in the video. And I really appreciate it if you like these videos, if you could subscribe, like, and share them, as it keeps me motivated to keep on working on stuff like this. All right, we got the first new used part for the new fj62. I'm gonna go ahead and put this bumper on. It's got great bumper caps, and it's not all bent up. So let's get started. Well, she's dirty as hell. We got to clean out all this jazz. So let's get to it. So I really want to know why all these relays are out of the truck. I would imagine that is a reason why she doesn't start. We still got all this jazz in here. Left all the old seat belts, which I got to reinstall. And you know, the center console is actually in decent shape. This is Land Rover carpet. I don't know what he was thinking. I'm very curious about this guy's handiwork. These are Land Rover Discovery seats. Let's see how comfortable they are. Whoa, actually, not too bad in here. You sit a little higher though. That's kind of cool. Actually, pretty nice. I like it, but we're going back to original fj62. I think those are a little more comfortable, and I like them a little better. So that seems safe, maybe. There's a lot of junk back here. Tell you one thing, there's been a lot of mice in here. Don't like seeing that. That could mean maybe why it's not starting. I bet they chewed through some wires or something. So great, grand. Well, they didn't leave me any Chinese food. I don't think it's warm anymore. It's kind of gross. So one reason why I really wanted this truck was because of the rooftop basket that it had on it. I want to use this basket to put on the fj55. So if you've been following the channel, you know that it will work perfectly. They're about the same color. So those low profile baskets are really hard to come by. So really excited to put that on the fj55. So working on taking her off right now. It is the really good kind that kind of hugs the gutter weld right here. So taking all these out, pulling her off. The gentleman that owned this got creative with not only the Land Rover seats, but some seat belts on the C-pillar. So I do think that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, it sticks out too much, so you're not able to put the door card back on, but you know, still like it. Just don't like the fact that it drilled right into the rear wheel well. All right, I'm really excited. I'm gonna take this Land Rover carpet out. That's filthy, gross, and has nothing to do with being in a Land Cruiser. There was a big black bar here that the previous owner put Land Rover seats in. It took me forever to get it out just the way he had it in there, so we're about to put the stock seat back in. As you can see, I have half of it there. Still got to vacuum all this lovely crud out of here. Oh yeah. There's still tons of stuff that needs to be pulled out of this thing. That's what we're gonna start doing today. I know for a fact there's 2 fj62 transmissions back there that need to come out so I can put a carpet in. Look at all the dirt that's still in this thing. Gotta vacuum it all out. And just basically go through it. I know it needs rear seat belts. I was able to put the rear seat in there. I'm gonna take all that stuff back out so we can vacuum and actually get a carpet in there. And then drop the tank, which is always a pain, but we're gonna figure it all out together.
Like lifting the transmission.
Whew. If anybody needs a fj60 transmission, I got a few of them. Whee. So this is the part of the cleaning section of the Land Cruiser builds where you think you've basically bit off way too much than you can chew. It feels overwhelming. This thing is a complete mess. It's super dirty. But we're just gonna keep on pushing on because that's what we do here on Mize Adventure. We have so much stuff to do. Whew! Gosh. So the gas tank's all dropped out. I know I didn't film a lot of this stuff. It can kind of be hard to film and drop one of these at the same time. But basically what it is it's 2 little gas straps, one on either side here, as well as the spare tire crossbar. We do have a lot of these lines here, including the filler neck line here that needs to be disconnected, as well as the sending unit that's way up there. There's 2 lines that need to be disconnected. So it's all dropped out. I'm gonna get ready to do all the fuel pump inside the tank here. And well, we ran into a problem. Come on, let me show you. Let me show you this. This is where the fuel pump is inside here. And these lines are just trashed. Broke that one, taking it out. So, have a new plan. We're gonna be taking the tank out of this truck, which is a parts truck. It has 130,000 miles on it, and we're gonna drop it in a different way so I get the incomplete section and fuel pump, and we're gonna test that fuel pump and see if it all works, and then we're gonna throw that tank in here just because this one just didn't really make it out of the gate. So that's a new plan. So I'm gonna take you under here where we're gonna go pull this tank. So under the fj62, there's a couple bolts to note. So we have this bolt here, which is strap number 1, and we have this bolt here, which is strap number 2 for the gas tank, as well as the spare tire mount here. This is mounted with 2 bolts on the frame rail, which you can see over there, as well as over here. Up in this area, I'll show you those lines that need to be disconnected. So if you come behind the fj62 rear wheel well and go to the back of the truck here, you can see the lines that need to be disconnected in order to drop the fuel pump sending unit out. So if you can see right here, this line right here is the one that broke. It actually broke up here on the other tank, and then we have this rubber line which is just attached by that clamp there. So not terribly bad, but you can already see that these are corroded lines. I'm praying none of that breaks when I pull it out, because I can't seem to find any of these fuel pump sending unit areas things for the tank. So we're going to be working on, make sure up here, another note, there is that bolt right there that needs to be pulled out before you drop it, as well as inside the cargo area you have to disconnect the entire fuel pump from the wiring harness. So we're gonna get to work on that. This is the second tank in 2 days that I'm pulling out, and dang, I'm over it. The tank dropped free here. I still need to go up here and disconnect a few of these lines, as you can see, which there is the window underneath the cargo area there that you can just unscrew and disconnect these lines. But let me show you why I did it this way, because it is packed full of more stuff than I want to pull out today. So we're gonna do it the long way, disconnect those lines, and then the tank should drop free. Now all the fun starts. These lines are still not in the best shape, but they're better than what I had before. As you can see, I cut the end of it up there, so I didn't break lines this time. This is my parts truck, so I'm not too worried about cutting gas lines. Make sure that I get the part out I need. I hate pulling gas tanks. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Mize Adventure this week. I know it was super scatterbrained between working on the FJ55 and the FJ62, but the weather is so nice right now, so I'm trying to touch all my bases while I can, and it's still nice out. So in the comments below, I'd really appreciate it if you could comment about which truck you want me to hone in on. Is it the 1973 FJ55 or the 1988 FJ62? For next week, I'd really like to focus on your comments to kind of put content together that you really want to see. So let me know below, and I'll try to do whatever I can to make that content happen. Cheers, and I'm so glad you stopped by, and we'll see you in the next video. Well, that's the end of that FJ62 part out. She's going to her new home. The gentleman that bought the rolling chassis is going to use that stuff to do an FJ40 axle swap so he can have some disc brakes. But that's the end of it. If you like this type of stuff, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and share my channel, as it keeps me motivated to keep on putting stuff like that on trailers. So cheers, and we'll see you in the next video.